mind is everywhere. Okay, people, we are officially live. So today we're gonna touch on some things and some topics that I know will help you, and I know they will help you in the future with your trading. So today we're gonna speak about business. We normally speak about some kind of spiritual ways of looking at life, also a more of a open mindset towards the environment, towards the world, towards everything that we do. But today we're going to take that knowledge and we're going to implement that in how you can build. Let me go outside because it's yeah, he's doing stuff inside. So huh? So basically what we're going to pass on today is the knowledge, how to use the knowledge and implement that into your business. And how you can do that is by always understanding the movements in business. And in every single thing that you do, it's about learning. So if you want to start something off, you have to understand that the first thing you need is knowledge, right? And then we go to school to get educated. We go to school to become educated about a certain topic. For example, if you choose economy, then you want to get educated in economy so you then off can take a job for that, or you can create something out of that. But there comes a certain point when you go through that gymnasium or high school or whatever you want to call it, right? This high end degree, or you're paying a lot of money to get educated, but in the end, the only thing that you get educated off is how to get a job. And I will touch this on. People share knowledge with you on a daily basis based off their winning. Everybody in the world has their own point of views. Everybody in the world has their own ways of benefiting from something. So either they benefit from the academy or the course that you buy, the same as we are. We're helping people with coaching people how to trade and how to use the services, but they need to buy it, right? I could coach somebody personally as well, but it's unnecessary for me when I work with a company that I can get paid off. Okay. So just remember that everybody has a winning of every single thing we do. Almost every single thing we do. How can we look at the knowledge that we get, but take that knowledge and reverse engineer that knowledge to where you can become the creator? For an example, if you learn about economy in school, then you learn how to work with other people's economy. How come that the knowledge that you get from the school is less than you can get from Skillshare or YouTube within that area? Because people are sharing information the schools are not. So if you're creative enough, then you can see that other people have knowledge, and we can either pay for that knowledge for somebody else to use it, or you can gain it yourself. But it's all about the creativity. Business and creation is about being creative. How can you be creative? By opening up your mind and look from different perspectives. And I want you to write down perspectives, because we live in a reality of perspectives or perception. And the perception perspective, the perspective that we work with in I Am Mastery Academy or in Born Rich Nation, that perspective is to help people go outside of average, or help people go outside of jobs, right? Because we show them an alternative way of making money. Now, as we know, just to recap, our subconscious mind is a what? What is our subconscious mind? Type in the chat, guys. What is our subconscious mind? It's a record of the past. Okay, so if you're new here, write that down. Our subconscious mind is a record of the past. It's a recording of everything that has happened to you. That is creating your personality. And as we spoke about last time, our past is never finished, and our future that is yet to come is already done by our past. It's already determined. Our future, we know what's going to happen in the future by looking back at our past. Same thing in business. by looking back at some knowledge that we have with creativity. Look at that past experience, that past knowledge. How can I use that to create something that is a unique selling point? A USP, for an example. USP stands for unique selling point. A unique selling point is when you become creative with something that everybody does. For example, if you look at a YouTube video, you see that a lot of people has a YouTube video, but you want to create your own unique selling point to that. So you have to be creative and look at what the viewers wants to see. What do the viewers want to watch? And how can you attract their attention? The first thing you do is from a unique selling point. And that is that is because you want to look at what they have watched, what is mainstream of them to watch. I know this is complicated, but follow me, please, because I will come to a point where you're like, wow, the unique selling point comes from something what we call mainstream attention. And then when people are doing it very much often, it becomes mainstream. And now we're not looking at it so often. But you can take a mainstream way of advertising and you can put a unique selling point into that. And now the mainstream is what capture the attentions. Is what people know and are familiar with, but then a unique selling point comes into the picture. Okay. For an example, I have an ad that I'm not running it yet, but I have an ad that I created in Miami where I sit at a table in a penthouse, super beautiful, but I have a Mexican hat on my head and I'm holding a lemon. The first thing people see is the penthouse in Miami, the beautiful view, and me, right? But on me, there is a Mexican hat with a lemon. So the unique selling point here is that they're like, oh, but what the fuck? That sensation of, oh, what the fuck, is what is going to capture people's attention. So if you want to grow your audience, if you want to grow your business or get your business partners to stay with you, you have to be unique. So you have to be creative with a unique selling point. Unexpected things, Henry. Yes, unexpected things. But not only unexpected, but something that is often weird, you know? People recognize me or remember me not only because I'm business and all that, it's because of I'm creative in my personality. I am a weird motherfucker. So by me being that weird, stupid hippie, people are like, yeah, that's him. That's him. So a lot about Kevin Trudeau, yeah. So the unique selling point about me as a person, because everything that we do has a unique selling point or needs to has a unique selling point. And that unique selling point for me is that I'm a hippie and I'm involved in the personal growth more than in the business growth. So I saw myself and I saw every other people in the network marketing area focusing on business, recruitment, closing, presentations. And I changed that around and I said, what is behind presentations? What is behind business? What is behind recruitment? Us as people. Isn't that true? What is behind this business? What is behind what we do? What is behind those things? The only thing that is behind is us. Us as people. Us as people are behind the business and behind the creativity. So what happens, Kimi? If you learn how people work, you learn how to control the business. You learn how to control the presentations. You learn how to control the closings. And then one more thing. What is behind trading? Us. The psychology behind us. So if I now can use that and just learn about one topic, and that's us. And once again, I touched on it last Wednesday, I think, but I want you to have one word in your mind all the time, and that is curious. Write down that word, curious. If you're curious about what you're doing, if you're curious about, I wonder what could happen if I start talking like this. What I wonder what would happen if I change this, or I wonder what would happen if I train myself in this area. By being curious, you open up doors inside of your business and inside of your life, which is called creativity. And that will then heal your business. And let me explain why. Our indigenous people, our ancestors, the people around us, the people who came up with the language, they said curious. If you look at the four letters in the start of that word, what is that? Type in the chat, what is the four letters? It's cure, right? Cure. So cure, e, us. So if you look at the spelling of the cure in us, curious, cure in us. So by you being curious will heal and cure your inside, because that curiousness will make you to think from different perspectives. And when you think from different perspectives, you become what? Creative. You become open-minded. And that situation is what will cause you to move forward in either your business, your sexual life, your relationship, or in every single matter, even in your studies. Be curious about making statistics of what happens if I study in this way. So I was very curious when I started to study network marketing. And I have dyslexia. How do you say that? It's like that, isn't it? Dyslexia. Anyways, you understand what I mean. So I have that, and it's a hard time. I had very hard time. Like in school, I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't, I was super bad at mathematics, which I still am. My English was very, very bad, and I just had a hard time studying. I had a hard time remembering. So I said to myself, everybody in school tells me to focus, but nobody teaches me how to focus. Because for me, it has to be something else. Being focused is nothing that you're born into. Being focused is something that you learn. The same thing as a monogamous relationship. If you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and you only have that person and that's who you want to. Listo? Okay. Can you give me 1 second? I'm just going to pay my guy here. 2 horas este día, ¿no? Okay. Aquí tiene, bro. Okay. Muchísimas gracias, eh. Ok, hasta o la otra semana. Sábado está bien, sí, sábado está bien. Ok, gracias, eh. Chao. All right. Rewind, Kimmy. Come back to where we were. Focus. So focus is nothing that we're born with the skill set of focusing, okay? And that's the same thing as a relationship. We're not as animals, as people, we're not familiar with. That's why people cheat on each other. That's why 80% of all the relationships is involved with unfaithful relationships. Is because our animal body, our instinct is not supposed to be locked with one person. A monogamous relationship is when you're with one person and you're committed to one human being. And that is a practice. Get this into your head. It's a practice to be with one person. You get it's a practice to have that discipline to not go with somebody else or do something with somebody else. That's a practice. And that practice can get fucked up sometimes. And that's when these situations, what are you doing? That's when the situation as unfaithfulness comes into picture. The same thing is with your focus. Your focus is a practice. So let me now tell you what I did. When I started to study network marketing, I didn't remember Eric Worre's words. I didn't remember his topics. I didn't remember the quotes. I didn't remember the sentences. So I trained myself to have a better memory. For an example, if you take two pens, if you take two pens, let's say this is two pens, and if you watch a video and you hold those two pens, not super tight, but just hold those two pens like this. And when you watch the video, just hold them straight. When you either drop the pen or you feel that you're relaxed in your arm or your arm falls down, if you have them in the air while you're watching that video, it's heavy, right? But you can have your hands straight and you just watch the video. What happens is that you activate your muscular memory to focus on holding the pens in one position, but at the same time focusing on the video. It will increase your learning speed. It will increase the way we learn and the way we focus. That's why it's 18% more likely. They did tests on this. It's 80% more likely, 18% more likely, if you are going to the doctor and the doctor gives you a note, a paper where it says at the 16th of July, 4 p.m., you're going to be here on our next visit. If he just gives you that paper with the note on it, you're 18% more likely not to come, to be a no show. But if he gives you a blank paper and he gives you a pen and tells you, Ruth, write down on this piece of paper, 16th of July, 4 p.m. for me, please. When you write that down, 18% more people come and it becomes 18% less no shows to the doctor appointments. Isn't that kind of fucked up? Let me then ask you, why don't the school teach us this stuff? I mean, what the fuck? It's one YouTube video away, dude. Do you see what I mean? So just by me learning that, I was like, huh. And now ask Levi. There he is. Ask Levi. When I watch a video, when they saying a quote or a sentence, I go back and I listen to it again and I focus and I'm like, okay, zoop, and I tell myself the sentence and then we'll go forward. And then I remember it. It just sticks in my head. All my quotes, all my things, all my techniques, it sticks in my head now. And I have dyslexia and ADHD. Fuck you, dude. I don't need any pills. I don't do anything. And I have the best memory in this group. I can tell you that for sure. Ask Alexander, ask Philip. I can recall a whole conversation with somebody. You can talk for 30 minutes and I can go back and tell you what you said 30 minutes before just by me training for 4 years now to remember words. I was memorizing presentations. I was memorizing how people walked. I was looking at my mentor, how he walked, how he moved his hands. I looked at his tics. You know, tics, is that a thing in English? When you're like, have tics. My mentor had a really funny tics. He had like this thing, He when he was walking on stage, he was always walking, and he had his wallet on his right pocket all the time. So when he was moving, he always moved his leg and moved his wallet, even though he didn't even have a wallet in that pocket. He was moving it. After a time, I was looking at every single move he did, and my mom tells me, Kimmy, you're doing the same stupid thing as Jimmy's doing. And I'm like, am I? Wow. I pick it up. I pick it up immediately by monetizing not what he says, not what he does, but the whole area of him, the whole situation of him, smell, clothings, talks, jokes. And now I come to the point, and some of y'all knows this quote. Titta på det du ser sig bakom det du tittar på. Titta på det du ser sig bakom det du tittar på. Look on what you see, but see behind on what you look at. Look on what you see, but see behind on what you look at. Write that down, please. So what that means is when you look at something, you look superficial. You look so superficial. That's a word, right? You look so superficial on what I say. the words that I use, instead of thinking, how can I adapt this? What does he mean? From what situation did it come from? Look on what you see, but see behind on what you look at. Can somebody type that in the chat, please? In Swedish, it is much cooler. It sounds better in Swedish, but titta på det du ser, men se bakom det du tittar på. Titta på det du ser, men se bakom det du tittar på. So that's the Swedish word for it. And this is something that I came up with. I haven't copied this. Almost everything that I do is some kind of copy of somebody else. Because I'm not a self-made man. Like, I'm using other people's knowledges. I'm just studying a lot, you know, I'm just trying to get it in. But this is something that Kimmy made. So I'm, you know, kind of proud for that. Yes, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the famousness and stuff. So when we look at a presentation, we look at the presenter. We look at the words that they are using. We look at the pictures that they are showing. But what happens if you think about how he moves his hands? Pay attention to how he moves his face. Pay attention to how his eyes is going. Pay attention to if you can predict what he will say next. Because remember, the past is never finished and the future is already done. So if you can spot somebody's patterns, you can predict people and you can predict businesses. This is deep if you understand it, you know? So titta på det du ser, se bakom det du tittar på. Look at what you see, but see behind what you look at. So if you start to being curious about the words, the smell, the clothings, the techniques, the thoughts, why did Kimmy think like that? How did he come up with this? What situation did it come from? How does he move? Why does he does like that? Why did he joke? Why does he makes that stupid sound? Yeah. Why does he do that? It's that's not how I laugh. You know, I don't even laugh like that. It's just funny for me to do it because it's just a thing, you know, and I see you laughing, so I'm laughing with you. So why does he do that? To capture attention. Ask Alexander and Philip. I've coached them several times. When I go into a call, I clap with my fingers, I clap with my hands, I put something high on, I hit the table to capture your attention. And the attention is key for understanding and being curious about what is happening. And then it is something called the art of persuasion. And that's what we're talking about right now. I want you to write that down and I want you to Google it. I want you to go on Skillshare and look at it. I want you to go on YouTube and watch it. The art of persuasion. And don't ask me to spell it, please. I need to Google a few times first and then I need to search, you know? Persuasion. Kick email, quick. Joking. So the art of persuasion is the technique to get somebody to agree with you or say yes before the question comes. That's what it is. The art of persuasion is the technique to get somebody to agree with you or say yes to you before the question arrives. It's the technique to get somebody to agree with you or say yes to you before the question arrives. Did you get it? And why is that? How can we get somebody to be more likely to say yes to our question before the question has come into the universe? By understanding that the past is never finished and the future is already done. You know? Because the patterns that we use, the patterns that we create causes different fractions, different movements in the past with which you can determine the future. This is complicated, but it is deep. And I hope some of you understand it. For an example, if you look at different wrestling's team, they have this dress on, right? This burat dress, that's the wrestling clothings, right? Right now, most of the wrestling teams has one color, a full color, or a very dent color, very not eye capturing color. For an example, they did a study of this. A certain percentage of the judges are more likely to judge out the one that have more eye capturing colors on their dresses. For an example, there was a study between boxers. If the boxers has gloves with several colors on it, which is eye capturing, it will make a certain percentage that the judge will is more likely to judge the one with colors to do a failure than the one without colors. Why? Because our eyes is focused on attention capturing stuff. So we rather see the movements from the eye capturing stuff rather than the one who is a little bit darker or a little bit more dense or a little bit more chameleon or flowing in the colors, right? Things that is obvious. No, not really things that is obvious, but more things that are screaming. Things that are pointing you in the eye. Not just obvious to see, but things that are screaming to you. The same thing is if you're walking in the mall and you're seeing a lot of people, and then apparently you see a girl or a guy with a red hair, like colored. Not, I don't mean ginger hair, I mean red, like the color red when they change their hair to red. You're looking at it. You are more likely to look at the colored hair more than you will look at somebody that have blonde and brown, because it's eye capturing, and not because it's rare. It's because it's eye capturing. I know a lot of people that had red hair, but when somebody's walking in a mall where it is average has one color or several colors, but they're dent in their colors, but then we advanced higher up. Look at Sandra for an example. If I'm looking over, I see two people faster than I see everybody else. I see Sandra and I see Thiep. Do I say that right? Thiep? Thiep? No, no, not right at all. Okay. Anyways, so I see those two people. Why? Because they have a screaming light from their beings, right? Also, if I'm looking at it, I see Noah because he's very hard blue light in the background. It is eye capturing. So the coaches and the refugees, no, that's not a word. The judges, they are more likely to judge the person with colors because it's capturing their attention subconsciously more than it captures the one with less colors. Which means, how can you, if you are not good in presentation, how can you be curious about how you can enhance your way of presenting the business without the skill of actually what you say, but more about who you are and what you see and what they take up? So what happens if you use a certain light or a certain color on your dress? Or for an example, jewelry is also eye capturing. So if you have big jewelry, it's capturing somebody's attention. If we look at our chairmans, who is the most eye capturing? Austin Godsey, right? He looks like a fucking manga figure. And then we're like, whoa, who's this dude? And then we look at his result, you're like, what? What up, dude? And then we see his story and we're like, what the fuck? you know? So that's the point. If you are not unique in your way of presenting, you gotta be unique in the way of your being. So if you're not curious about trying different certain techniques, you're not curious about getting different results. Do you see where I'm going here? If we now look back at what we said in the start with education, some people tell me, Kimmy, I have so bad discipline. I had a call this morning, or I had a conversation this morning with a guy, and he's like, Kimmy, bro, I don't know. I've been to the gym now for this many days in straight, and even though I'm doing and feeling so good, when I go out of the gym, I feel like I want to stop and buy some fast food. And I know it's my discipline that is bad. And I said, no, your discipline is not bad. I also want to stop and buy food immediately afterwards. That's fucking logic. It's a pattern in your brain that tells you, because you're used to buy the fast food. You're used to that. It's an easy way. It's an easy option for you to take that. And then he said, but how can I be not attracted to that fast food? Be smart. Create a disgrace for that food. I love fast food. Like, I am nasty in fast food. Like, I'm disgusting. Like, I love munchies. I love Coca-Cola. I love chips. I love buying pizza. I love buying all of that shit. Do I do it as much? No, I don't. Why? Because I forced myself to create a disgrace for it. Disgrace? Disgrace, det är rätt ord, eller? I created a hate towards that. So how can you do that? By watching documentaries of how McDonald's make their fish and chips, is not really the name of it, but chicken nuggets, and the food they're doing, and watch how the fishes are made and all that shit, you know? Create that disgrace for yourself. That's how you can put yourself in alignment of where you want to go. Everybody, you gotta work hard, you gotta be disciplined. Rah! And I'm like, dude, I'm not that masculine, bro. Give me some feminine energy, please. I do not want to be a hardcore motherfucker, you know? Can I build my business in a chill way, you know? And that's where it comes in, becoming more feminine. Guys thinks, this is the thing. Guys, like, they see a wall and we're like, okay, guys, we got to go through it. And the thing we do is we run with our head first and we're like, try to crush the wall, you know? And girls like, I don't want to break my nails or my face. So how can I do this? You know? And that thing that they do not want to break their nails or fuck up their face. And we're like, it's cool if I have a scar, you know? That thing, make them to become creative. It gets them into a state of mind to be curious. Can I do it in another way? Can I go under it? Can I go over it? Can I go around it? Do you see where I'm going here? Type the number 5 in the chat, or if I'm just completely crazy. When I understood this, I solved a lot of my problems by thinking more feminine. By thinking more feminine. The same thing as one just out of this world, but it's not really what we're going to talk about. But I want to give you a side tip. Is it okay if I give you a tip out of the conversation? Guys, if you want to feel better, look at your nails. My nails are fucking beautiful. I've done a test where you can see how much nutrition you have in your body for your nails to grow, and how steady and how hard your nails are, right? So that's the whole topic of it. If you look at your nails and you're biting your nails, that's another thing. But look above your nail, on top of your nail. How hard is it? How beautiful is the pink of your nail? How strong is your nail? That's how you can see nutrition in your body. And then go to somebody who knows and ask them, how can I grow a stronger nail foundation? And then you Google it. And then you find different vitamins or spirulina or different things that can create different vitamins in your body, and you will feel more energized. Because our body needs a lot of things to put energy and nutrition into the nails and into the hair. Ask Levi, I'm taking care of my hair, right? I'm taking care of my hair brutally. So that's the thing. We have to see that there is always a devil hidden in the details. You know? The devil is hidden in the details. So stop, look at what you see and see behind on what you look at. Do you get it? Please get it. There is always an explanation to the madness. And if we can be curious enough, we can heal ourselves. If we can be curious enough, we understand there is more to it. And a super funny experiment to do, or I maybe don't have time to go into it now, but let's do it another day. But what I do want to bring up with you is, so our past is never finished and our future is already done based on our patterns in our subconscious mind. And those are created by our environment. So now, when we look at our future and learnings and everything that we need to do, we need to know, we need to have an income. We need to create a lifestyle somehow, right? And both of those incomes and lifestyle, they goes hand in hand. So if I want to create a life I don't need a vacation from, then I have to see the income is necessary. And people are like, I want the life that I don't need a vacation from. I want freedom. Listen to me. You will never be what you think is free. That was dope. You will never be what you think free is. No. What did I say? I don't know. Anyways, the point of it was was super cool. Okay, I gotta watch the recording. That was a good sentence, you know? You will never be free as what you think free is. No. Okay, anyways. So what I mean about this is what you think free is. Okay. You will never be what you think is free. Yeah, dude, you will never be what you think is free. Write that down. Fuck. You see? Creation. You will never be what you think is free. So what you have for perception of what free means, like you can do whatever you want every day, you can wake up when you want, and you don't have any commitments, you don't have any responsibilities that you need to take care of. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. Freedom is when you can create within your life the things that you want to create and enjoy the time while creating it. So that's what success is. That's what success is for me. It's a definition question, but for me, success is when you can do what you like doing, what you love doing, and you can create that and enjoy the process. But remember to do things. For an example, I love hiking, but to hike, I hate to pack all the things that you need to pack to hike. It sucks to pack things. I hate packing. That's why when I had Malou, it was so nice because she packed things, and now I need to pack and I need to wash and I need to do all this boring stuff. But I like clean clothes, right? So I know that I need to wash. But then it comes to this point, Kimi, do you want to put the time into washing, or can you be curious enough to see if it is a laundry express in Santa Teresa? So now I just bring my clothes to the laundry express. And then I bring it up and I pick it up, dry, fold it, everything fixed the next day. So I find ways. I just find ways. So when I want to hike, I know that I need to do things that I do not like to get to the point which I like. And the point, the moral of this story is that if you want to be free, you have to come in a state of mind where you like doing the things that you are not comfortable doing. Become comfortable in an uncomfortable position and you will be free. Become comfortable being in an uncomfortable position and you will be free, my friend. Those guys seek discomfort. Those are the guys. I love those dudes. Yes, theory. And what, mark my words, there will come a certain point where I am in one of their videos. Mark my words, I will be in one video with Yes Theory. And I've actually reached out to one of them. Okay, so I have things, I have so many things that I'm working on because I'm curious, how far can I go? What's the limit? Like Leah, she sent me a Instagram of a guy with like 1 million followers, right? She sent me an Instagram or like 100,000 or something. She sent it to me and she's like, oh, that would be so dope to have him on a call. 1 second later, I messaged him and now I have that, you know, Mike, the Mikey guy, I'm talking with him right now. So look at this. I'm just gonna find his message. Mike, here. Here you can see, I sent him one voice message and he answered Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I am interested. Can I have more details? Yes, love it. We can schedule a call on Zoom and I can explain more about what I have in mind. Awesome. What time are you thinking and what day were you thinking? Boom, that quick. I didn't know he was gonna answer me. I didn't know, but I said like, okay, cool, right? Let's do it. And I reached out. So if I am not curious enough and balls enough to take action on what I want, I will never go there. Even if it's uncomfortable for me to reach out and share my voice to him, it could be uncomfortable. But right now, I've developed myself so that I am comfortable doing things that is uncomfortable. Seek discomfort. Do you remember all the things that we've gone through? That's why you need to take notes, right? That's why muscular memory is important here. The first thing I said was, how good job, Luca. That's how you can. How can you be more creative in your business? How can you be better at focusing in your business? By being curious. Curious in how you can improve outside of what the goal, what the mission is. All right. So let me break it down one more time for you. Zlatan, everybody knows Zlatan, right? He's very good in handball, right? Or in basket. He's a good basket player, right? Zlatan. I'm just trying to see. People are like, yes, yes. And I'm like, dude, Zlatan is not a basket player, man. Even I know that. And I don't even like football. Chasing I don't know, a ball on a grass. Fuck. I got a football pro on my couch. That's why I need to make fun of it. Anyways, so Zlatan is a football player, right? He's a soccer player. Now, so Zlatan, what skill set did he improve outside of his football? People heard it before. Zlatan made a decision. When he was a pro, when he was about to become pro, he told himself that how can I become better in controlling the ball on the ground? By training with the ball, but that everybody trains with the ball. Everybody trains with the ball. What can I do to have better control on my legs? He went all into Taekwondo, and he is now a black belt in Taekwondo. And that is hard enough. It takes fucking a lifetime for some people to get to a black belt in a fighting sport. So he is now a black belt in Taekwondo. That's why he can be in the middle of the football court and do I don't know what it's called, bicicleta or round kick or whatever, and hit that ball. Somebody's shooting the ball and he's like jumping up and kicking the ball, and the ball, boom, straight into golazo. Oh, So by him being curious which areas he can improved his whole life journey. Oof, this is nuggets, guys. I'm giving nuggets in this calls. Do you feel this? Like this is dope shit. Areas. Improve other areas and your business will improve. Yesterday, I had a P600 and above training, and somebody asked me, Kimi, how can you develop a better character? And I said, by developing, how can you create a better character in business? And I said, by improving every area of your life except the area that you want to improve. So if you want to improve in business, improve every area around your business to a next level, and your business standard will get raised. So if you want to be more disciplined in business, become more disciplined in life. If you want to be loyal to your partner or your sex partner or your love partner or whatever partner it is, right? If you want to be loyal to that person, practice loyalty to yourself. Because if you are not, if you tell yourself, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week and you end up not going at all or 1 time a week, you're not even loyal to yourself. How the fuck can you expect to be loyal to another person when you are not even loyal to yourself? That's for me idiotic. The fuck? That's stupid. Agree? Yes? How can you love somebody else if you can't love yourself? If you're like, "Oh, I'm so ugly today," then your perception of yourself is that you're ugly and you're going to go out in the world and get people to look at you in an ugly way. So let me break that down to you in one quote. I am not who I think I am. I am not who you think I am. I am who I think you think that I am. Come that beard. Selassie, the Fusi, Rastafari, Bombaklat. My brothers. Selassie, Fusi, Rastafari. Abi brothers. Okay, Wagwan. So do you understand what I'm talking about here? I am not who I think I am. I am not who you think I am. I am who I think that Anton think that I am. So if I think about myself that I'm a douche, and if I think that Anton looks at me, oh, people gonna think that I'm ugly. Anton is gonna look at me like I'm fucking ugly. But if I look at myself like, you know what? I am a beautiful being. I'm a beautiful vessel of this spirit. Fuck, I'm proud today. Then you will go out with your head high instead of looking like this. That's also one thing. A high posture, a good, a good, a good being, a proper body is walking, is staying high straight, head up like that. That's a proud stature. That's a proud posture. But we are going every day like this. Sitting in the bus. What is that created? What creates that? You're like, I don't know, like a penguin or something, you know? Of course, that's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect your posture. It's going to affect, look at my brother, Connor McGregor. The Ireland Scottish. The Ireland Scottish, dude. It's keeping him high all the time, right? He's walking like he's the beast. He's short. He's like a mosquito, you know? He's like a mosquito. And he's like walking like an elephant, you know? He puts out that posture. He's confident, right? So when you sit with your phone up for a bit. The same thing, I see you guys, you're recording videos and you're recording videos like we want to look into your nose. Like you're recording the video here. You're like, hello, everybody. So today we're going to do an online webinar, you know? And I'm like, I don't want to see what you have sniffed today, you know? I don't want to see your things in your nose, dude. Like posture, up, talk, vibrate, energy. Because the level of energy, write this down, the level of energy that you have inside of you is the level of energy that you attract to you. Like a song, like a song. The level of energy that you have inside of you is the level of energy that you attract to you. Same thing. When I'm watching you guys here, I'm more likely to watch the ones that have the camera in a way where the posture is nice, right? Like where you're straight, you're into the camera, I'm seeing you, I'm watching you, like Luca, I'm seeing him, like Ruth, I'm seeing him, Sophia, I'm seeing Anwar, I'm seeing him. It's like I'm there. But if we look at different cameras where it's either only the face, or if we look at Roy, for an example, Roy Emil Peterson, I'm seeing his nose and his forehead more than I see his actual face contours, right? So I'm looking downwards on him. So I'm like looking below him, which is not attractive. And in psychological ways, it's not appropriate if you want to present. Ask Alexander how many times, I have a book underneath, because otherwise if I have my computer on the bench, it's like this. Do you see me now from this angle? Or if I'm taking my camera up on this little book, right? You have more of a visual look at me, right? And this is more attractive. This captures more. It's more attractive for us to talk in this way rather if then we watch something like this. Ask Alexander how many times I've called him up and told him like, dude, get your camera higher up. Because you have to focus on not what you see or what you think, but how the other person interprets that, how the other person is looking at it. That's why look at what you see, but see behind on what you look at. I see my camera, I'm okay. I'm not here to be cool. I'm not here to be good looking, but how does the other people see me? How does the other people watch me? How does the other people interpret my posture? Like now, Sarah, she put the camera on and now she's super. She has a bright camera. She has a red couch behind to cover some light. And I'm seeing her straight on her face. Boom. Like that's business. That's appropriate. And the same thing with you guys that have different screens. Watch Zoom at the same screen as you have your camera on, so you can watch into the conversation. Because if we are talking and you're talking to me like this, imagine we're having a personal development and I'm like, yo guys, what's up? Is everything good? I hope that you're having an amazing day today. And today we're going to go through da 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 da. And I'm like, how is that nice? That's not nice. Imagine me talking to you like this. What's up, guys? Is everything good? We're going to go through, What the fuck? So guys, the time is 1, and today we're going through some points and some tips and tricks that I really, really want you to implement. And also I will soon kick off in a couple of weeks. I will kick in the Pilos program. The Pilos program, the development program. It will be a specialized program for a group of people. It's a monthly thing, and I will do several calls, not personalized, but for a group where I will go through my personalized best tips that I don't bring up on these calls. Because there is things that is so crazy and so intense that really helped me a lot, but I'm not able to share here. Okay, so guys, I'm blessed to have you here. Please help us promote these classes. Please help us promote so more people get the knowledge and can jump on to our calls. Everybody can be in these calls, no matter team, no matter business or not, family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, dogs, cats, monkeys, horses, everything can be on these calls, okay? As long as they have an iPhone. I'm joking. Guys, peace out. Much love. Take care and ciao, ciao.